Here is the second section of language, prefixes. First of all, prefixes are letters added to the beginning of the word to change the meaning of the word or produce opposite meaning. Now we have 4 prefixes with different meanings: over, re, pre, fore. Pre means before. For example, preschool, before school. Prehistory, before the time of history. Fore means in advance, as the front. For example, foretell, to tell in advance, to predict about the future. Re means again. Read, reread, to read again. Rewrite, to write again. Over means too much. Overwork, too much work. Now we have prefixes which give the opposite meaning. IM, IN, DIS, UN, IR, IL, MIS, MAL. First, we have examples of the prefixes IM. Polite, impolite. Possible, impossible. Patient, impatient. Probable, improbable. Practical, impractical. You can see that most words which start with the letter P have the prefix IM, but it is not a rule. There may be some exceptions. For example, popular, it starts with P, but it has the prefix UN. Popular, unpopular. Remember that most words that start with the letter P have IM. IN, complete, incomplete. Digestion, indigestion. Sufficient, insufficient. Capable, incapable. Effective, ineffective. Efficient also, inefficient. We have the prefix DIS. Agree, disagree. Appear, disappear. Obey, disobey. Satisfy, dissatisfy. Honest, dishonest. The prefix UN. Lucky, unlucky. Happy, unhappy. Tidy, untidy. Like, unlike. Remember that like can take 2 prefixes. Unlike, dislike, with different in meaning. When we use unlike, like here is an adjective. For example, Ali is unlike his father. He is like his mother. So like here is an adjective. When we say dislike, is a verb. I like him, I dislike him. UN also. Usual, unusual, common, uncommon, able, unable, true, untrue. Regular, IR here. Regular, irregular. Relevant, irrelevant. Responsible, irresponsible. You can see that IR used with the words start with the letter R. IL also. Legal, illegal. Literate, illiterate. Literacy, illiteracy. Also you can see that IL most ways start with L. We add IL. Lead, mislead. Here we have MIS. Lead, mislead. Use, misuse. To use in the wrong way. Understand, misunderstand. Advise, misadvise. Here we have the prefix MAL. Nutrition, malnutrition. Treatment, maltreatment. RE means again. Read, reread, to read again. Rewrite, to write again. Example for the prefix RE. Built, rebuilt, to build again. Write, rewrite, to write again. Fill, refill, and also pay, repay. Visit, revisit, to visit again. We have PRE. Occupy, preoccupy. School, preschool. History, prehistory. Pre means before. Example for the prefix FOR. Cast, forecast. Forecast means to tell about the weather forecast. Finger, forefinger. Seen, foreseen. For in advance. Foresee or foretell, to tell about the future. Head, for head. Here we have two. Extra and under. Extra means more. For example, extra effort means more effort. Underground. Here we have the exercise or the O for the prefixes. Living on one kind of food causes nutrition. We add MAL, so the word malnutrition. Living on one kind of food causes malnutrition. Living on one kind of food causes malnutrition. Number 2, it is always to insult others, polite. Here we have the prefix IM. It is always impolite to insult others. It is always impolite to insult others. Number 3, it is, between two brackets, wise to drive too fast. Wise takes the prefix UN, unwise. It is unwise to drive too fast. It is unwise to drive too fast. Number 4, we hope that we Jabal Marra visit. Here we have the prefix RE, revisit, to visit again. We hope that we revisit Jabal Marra. We hope that we revisit Jabal Marra. Number 4, Mamun is, between two brackets, satisfied with his result. The prefix is DIS, so the answer dissatisfied. Mamun is dissatisfied with his result. Mamun is dissatisfied with his result, means unhappy. Here we have an exam. MISFOREUNILILIN. Number 1, according to the weather, between two brackets, cast, tomorrow will be very cold. According to the weather, forecast. The answer is forecast. According to the weather forecast, tomorrow will be very cold. Number 2, people all over the world should fight literacy. The prefix is IL. So the answer, illiteracy. People all over the world should fight illiteracy. People all over the world should fight illiteracy. Number 3, it is wrong to use the prefix MIS. Misuse. It is wrong to misuse where's. It is wrong to misuse where's. Number 4, an person can do very little. Active. The prefix is IN. Inactive. An inactive person can do very little. Inactive, lazy. An inactive person can do very little. The last one, this summer is very common between two brackets. It's quite cold. UN, uncommon. This summer is very uncommon. It's quite cold. This summer is very uncommon. It's quite cold. Number 3, exam. I am DISOVERUNDER under UN. Number 1, the Nile is as large as the surface Nile. Ground. The prefix under, underground. So the answer, the underground Nile is as large as the surface Nile. Number 2, the plan was so the team lost the match. Practical. Prefix IM. Impractical. The plan was impractical, so the team lost the match. The plan was impractical, so the team lost the match. Number 3, it is to buy a very expensive mobile phone. Necessary. The prefix UN. Unnecessary. It is unnecessary to buy a very expensive mobile phone. It is unnecessary to buy a very expensive mobile phone. Number 4, we don't like honest between two brackets people. Honest, the prefix DIS, dishonest people. We don't like dishonest people. The last one, one should not oneself work. Here, the prefix OVER, overwork. That means too much work. One should not overwork oneself. INREUNMALDIS. Number 1, students should never their teachers obey. The prefix disobey. Students should never disobey their teachers. Number 2, they have decided to visit Kasala. Revisit. Visit again. They have decided to revisit Kasala. Number 4, his homework is always accurate. Accurate means correct. It takes the prefix IN. So the answer, his homework is always inaccurate. His homework is always inaccurate. Number 4, nobody likes an person. Pleasant. UN, unpleasant. Nobody likes an unpleasant person. Nobody likes an unpleasant person. The last one, number 5. In the third world, some people suffer from malnutrition. In the third world, some people suffer from malnutrition, lack of good food. Suffixes. The means of suffixes. Suffixes are a letter or letters added to the end of a word to form a new word and change the word class. Suffixes do not change the meaning of the word, but it changes its class. Here we have four classes, four content words: nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. These are the classes of English language and all languages. So suffixes change the word class from verb to noun, from noun to adjective, from adjective to adverb. If you look at the four parts of speech, you can see adjective is the word that describe the noun, while the verb describe the verb. Adverb describes the verb, adjective describes the noun. So each one of these four classes has its own suffixes. Now we have this diagram: nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Suffixes which give nouns